Welcome to Level TV with the Cullmann Magnesit Copter mobile, which means that we have not only a standard tripod with a head, the CB7 or CB2 or 2.7, but also a little bit of a mobile smartphone connector or a dock where you can put your smartphone on top, and then you can also shoot videos and photos and anything like that with the Magnesit Copter. Quite cool, and that's actually called, I think, the Cross CX140. It says it right here on top. And if we take a look at it on the back, you can see already that we have quite a few things here that we can do, like for example put also a flashlight on top, since it also has a cold shoe. We have a 1 kilogram of maximum weight that we can put on top, so only smaller cameras, not too big lenses, but you can of course change here the part which would be, all three parts are interchangeable, so that's quite nice. And we don't have retractable legs, so it's always 17.5 centimeters in height that you can use it. As you can see it here, minimum and max, but it only has a size of 21 centimeters here in this size. So yeah, this is the box. Let's take a closer look when we take it out. And then I have also a GH2 here and a G2, so LG and Panasonic, which I can show you here the device with. So taking it out of the box, we can see right away here the tripod itself, which has a standard dock on top, so you don't even need the other parts. If you want to, you can just really put the camera right away on top here. You can open it up quite easily like that. And yeah, it's designed and engineered in Germany, but it's made in China. Yeah, it's probably cheaper there, but otherwise it feels quite good, quite sturdy. And there's also a little screw right here in the middle if you want to make this a little bit stronger, so it doesn't flap around there as easily as you can see it here. And then you can probably make it a little bit stronger there, but I'm not sure actually if that is what that is for. Otherwise, you can of course use your camera like this as a stand, so you can just hold your camera here with this Magnesit Copter. So the CB2 or 2.7 is also in the box, in my box at least. You can just twist it right here on top. Easy as that. And this is really better than I was expecting from Manfrotto, and I also have a Cullmann Piccolino here, so we will take a closer look at these three, since I bought a few since I broke my €1 little tripod here now for the third time. I had different ones, but I always broke them in the last few months, so I decided to get something, and I was excited, and it's actually not even that expensive. For 25 bucks you get this whole package here in Germany right now on Amazon. And you can really have really a nice and strong design here. Actually, why can I twist it the whole way? This is interesting. Ah, I understand it. So when you open this thing up here on the right here, you can't only move this freely, but also here on the bottom. This is also twistable then. And once you close it up, twisting it here into the inside, it also closes up here on the bottom. I can't twist it around anymore here or here. So this is quite nice. If you just put the camera on top, open it up, then you can move it really any way you would like. So let me just put the camera right here on top. That's a GH2 with a pancake 40mm lens. Let's open this up a little bit, move this to the position I want. There we go. And then I have here my GH2 ready to shoot my videos or take some pictures. And of course I could knock somebody over the head with this, but that's not what this is for. But actually this is really quite strong metal. So yeah, you can also use it for self-defense. So yeah, this feels really quite sturdy. And as I already said, if you take off the camera and you flip around here this little top part where the camera just rests on there, you have on the other side a cold shoe. And actually, let me refocus the camera here for a second so you guys can see. So we have here a nice little cold shoe where you can just put in maybe a microphone or anything else that you would want to use. And on the other side here again, this is metal, and this is where the camera would rest on top if you use it like this, or again with the cold shoe the other way around like that. So, but if you don't want to use it for a camera, but for a smartphone camera, let me just put this back on here, There's also the possibility to just use this Cross CX140. I guess this is available in different sizes, maybe even for a tablet. It says CX140 right here on the bottom. And this is quite cool since you can actually do just this. It opens up by itself, so you can just put in the smartphone right here in the middle. I will show you guys in a second, and then it really retracts and closes up the smartphone right there. As you can see also, it's not standing up, it's standing here in an angle, so let me just really twist that here on top so we can show you with the smartphone how that looks like. There we go. Now once it's up on here, you can also twist it around like this, one way, and you can hear it clicking, click, 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 click. So there's all kinds of angle you could use this. Quite a cool little gadget. And let me just take my LG G2 here, nice little smartphone, retract it like that, put it up on top like this. And you can see this is the maximum of width that would go in here since I can't retract it anymore. And this fits perfectly in here, so 5-inch Full HD smartphones or Full HD video smartphones should perfectly fit in your CX140. Also the Samsung Galaxy S4 fits in here. I think I have it lying around in the bag. So let me just give me a second here. And then I can put in that also, since the G2 is not sold that much in the world right now. So we have a Samsung S4. Again, same thing. Let me just put it in here. Even with a case, it should actually fit, I think. And yes, it does. Perfect. There we go. The Samsung Galaxy S4 fits in here also, even with a case, but you really have to watch out that the smartphone is not too high. So if it's a really thick smartphone, like for example with a battery case, this would not fit anymore, since here these little things on the side are already bending, as you can see, and it barely fits in here. But I actually have the Apple iPhone 5 here with a battery pack, and that even fits also. So let me just do this again. There's a lot of space here for the iPhone, and since this is actually rubber here on the side, even when it's a little bit higher than this CX140, you can see that's just pressing really strongly here on the side, and this iPhone would not fall out again here either. I would not put it on my backpack or anything like that and ride around with the bike here like this, but if you're just walking around and you really need the battery pack, this would really still work, and it looks still quite nice. And this is actually a Mophie, so that's also available for different smartphones like the HTC One and the Samsung Galaxy S4. So this was the brand new Copter Mobile by Cullmann. Thanks much for watching. Check it out online in your online shop. Till next time, peace, and then again, my name is Balash Guy.